ugly bug ball. Don't worry, I'll pop you back in a minute. And then I just had that out on a 14 signal. It looks like there's some design on it, which is always interesting. So yeah, we'll see if that cleans up a little bit and what's to be seen. That was a 16, 1965, Her late Majesty. 2 shilling, florin. Just out for a short trip, and this is what we've had so far. So we showed that, oh yeah, we've got that other thing as well, haven't we? Showed that florin, a button, another button, handmade nail, square, hammered out. That's not a shy spoon, is it? That's full on that, what's left of it. Yeah, I don't know if that's part of a clog clasp or something, but the ubiquitous rings. There's a little edge in there, and it's quite round and uniform, so I'd guess that's a bit more modern. And we had this out, which I've forgotten my toothbrush, so that might clean up to have a bit of a design. And then just thought it was going to be a bit of lead. I think it is a bit of lead, but there's a bit of a design on that. So it's like a hollow lead. So yeah, don't know what that's from, but yeah, I'll try and gently clean that up when we get home and see what comes of it. So, part of a heavy old hammer, I think. Yeah. Maybe even axe. So the other berries I didn't know were slows. Now I don't know what these are. I've not seen these before. Look a bit like wimberries. I don't think they are. If you squish them, that does not look edible in any way, shape or form, does it? Doesn't smell of anything fruity. This was deep. I just persevered just a little bit longer, thinking I just heard a little pip. Crikey. That's a beautiful buckle. Crikey, that was deep. Look how deep that was. Just a pip. Oh my god. What are you going to do? Because you could be digging every little pip on the field. Lordy lord. That's nice. That is nice. I mean, look at that. Yeah, it could get you going for a minute, but no. It's a button. Ooh. You know, just, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, so if we have a look what we found so far, bit of pottery. Yeah, that wasn't a loud signal, so I don't know what that's made of. Buttons. Yeah, sometimes these things come out covered in mud. You get the mud off and it's some design on, but no. I mean, look at that. That looks like a stike of that, but no. I mean, look at it. No, it's a button. Oh, that's so teasing, isn't it? Right, but what I did have, I had this out. I was going to film it coming out, but there was some dog walkers. Dog walkers! You found anything? I bet you won't tell me if you had, would you? You found anything? Well, just a bag of sovereigns again. Oh, ha ha ha! Right. Oop. So, I can't work out what it says apart from the word fight there. And then I don't know what else it's saying. But I think there's a head there. I think that might be like wearing a... Is that wearing like a armour? And then there's some kind of symbol there. And then I think that's a C, an L and a B. CLB. So I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's usually to do with army or religion, you know, or what's it called? You know, temperance movements or something. So I'll try and find anything on that. This is very fragile and falling apart, unfortunately. I thought it was going to say RZA for like cigarette papers, but I think it's Mizpah, the Jewish. Oh, I forget what it's for. I've had something else with that on. Good health or something. Looks like it was like a spring. So this was the top for something. So yeah, Mizpah. I'll check it up again what it stands for, but very fragile. Mizpah. It's thin bits of metal like this that I find you know, difficult to age. It's obviously been, is it nailed in place or something, and edged or something. Look at the size of this piece of iron. Pretty sure it's iron. It's heavy. You know, what would it be for? Shape like that. Bit of curve to it. Bit of a blunt point. You know, what's the point of that? Listen to the sound. It's heavy, isn't it? Doof. No, I don't know what these things are. Buttonfield. In sewing buttons again. Crikey, they were really going for it with these buttons on here, weren't they? Now, I wouldn't normally bother showing that, but it's not a button. Hooray! Is that a rotten old... Yeah, I think it's a rotten old lock, in it. Well, about 8 to 10 foot away I've had another part of that lock and a lead bag seal. Some fields are covered in these, and not so bad on this one. I don't think, you keep thinking you can see faces, but I don't think there's anything on there or on there. There might have been once upon a time. Look, you can let you think you can see faces on them. Look, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth. Yeah, it's crazy. Look there, face, definitely. Yeah, probably not. See, thin metal, so won't have an idea. With that quite crisp edge, it's probably not ancient. So, but yeah, thin metal. Could have been a design there. Yep. Not had one for a bit. A clog clasp. Ooh, cold toes for them. back on the buttons. Buttons! So this is a strange thing. You look at it from there, it almost looks like a castle chess piece, but I don't know whether it looks like, I don't know, either something melted or they're trying to make something and didn't, or what, I do not know. But yeah, look, if you look there, very strange. I do believe this is the first coin of the day, so I can tell that this land's been heavily detected before, otherwise there'd be quite a few of these and the bigger pennies. So I think that's the halfpence, you know, Queen Victoria, George V type. So had that. I've had bits of these before, but I think that still might be snapped off. I don't know if that's some kind of gauge or ratchet. Ding 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 ding, something like that. I don't know. And then that is what they call hot rock. So pinpointer on, nothing. So it just gives a faint signal. Yeah. So yeah, iron disc, a chunk of, it's quite heavy, maybe copper, I don't know, and another little button, a bit of a design on. So thank you, Field Gods. Yeah, was it, I want to find buttons. I don't want to find hammered coins. I want to find buttons. Definitely, definitely. I think that the Field Gods understand sarcasm. A nice juicy button. I don't know if it's military or what, but yeah, three letters intertwined and very ornate. And you can be quiet too. In metal, I think that's just a piece of copper. No idea of the age or anything. And then that, find a few of those, but usually only find that bit, not the full thing. So I don't know if that's a type of club clasp. Don't know. Could be the last signal of this session. It was a giant musket ball. Not quite the last signal. Is that some kind of window latch plate or something? That was a loud 23 signal. I thought, crikey, I'm sure I've been over this spot. I thought I'd have heard that, and maybe it's because maybe it's been recently dropped. Her Majesty, rest in peace. It's nice in the autumn sun. It's quite warm. A dull 12 signal, and it pops a little teaspoon. Afternoon tea, Vicar. Don't mind if I do. Look at that. That's got a bit of design on, hasn't it? Don't know what it's off, how old it is, what material it's made from. Shame the full thing isn't here, then we'd have more of an idea. But apart from that, very, very nice. It's a while since I've had one of these. A farthing. Yeah, look at that coin impression. Yeah, it's a nice green colour. George VI. You weren't supposed to be on the crown, were you, my friend? No, it was Edward. But he rocked up with Mrs. Simpson. farthing. Is there a date? Probably somewhere. Right, let's crack on. Well, that's a bit of ancient cooking pot, that. That does look old. More old artifacts. It was a 19 that was, you know, a little bit on and off. So I thought it might be a Mew tube, but it's a lead musket ball, and the kind of variable signal could be because it's bouncing off those flat faces as well. So, now that's strange. I'm going to guess what it is. With that round bit there and that there, I think that that's a bullet that has gone and splattered into something hard. But if you see those lines there that are kind of evenly distributed, that one's been pushed out. It looks like it had those lines on, you know, like the barrel of a pistol lines. But I've not seen a bullet with that, like, intact. So I don't know what those, whether that was an experiment or something short-lived. But I've not seen a bullet with those lines on the side, a lead bullet with those lines on the side. So, interesting. If it is a bullet, which I think it is. Just had that buckle. Yep. And also, just finished going over that spot where I had that. And I found 3 more pieces of it, whatever it was, that's broken up. And that was nearby. Don't know if that's anything to do with it. Don't think it is. Like a stand for it or something. I just think it's, yeah, just happens to be there. But I think I've even got a piece of this at home. I think I recognise that shape, colour and that type of flower. So I'll have a look. Probably be finding pieces of this for months and years to come. I think that would have been perhaps quite a detailed, maybe military button, but it's difficult to pick out the writing or anything. We'll see if we can. That's weird, another one of those. I can only think it's like a window latch, but I could be wrong. Now this is rather interesting. It's a lead vase. So there's the vase, and then it's got, like, is it fronds, flower fronds at the side. It would have had the same that side, but it's bent. And then that's the back. Was there a hole? I think there might have been a hole there and there, so it could kind of be, I don't know, nailed to your front door and flowers put behind. Probably Victorian, but yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I'm starting to see things now. This was, well, as that unfortunately broke as it came out. But I'm just wondering if that's part of, like, a pot. Is that the lid? I mean, the rim. I don't know. We'll see. Well, part of, you know, one of those fold-up rulers. The vase, sent a picture to my experienced detectorist friend, and he thinks it's either medieval, but perhaps more likely Roman, which would be very, very nice. I'm not going to hold my breath for Roman, but I usually find smaller bits of this, Do you see the layers there? And now it's dark in the centre. I'm just wondering if this is pottery. It's, you know, quite, you know, it's dark, like dark in the middle as if it's been fired and it's not quite got to the centre. Don't know. It's quite light. So I'm going to ask about that. I think that's a button. You can just see the little round thing there where the loop on the back will have snapped off. So here's a bit of a pipe ball, the stem. So it's quite a thin one, so I don't know if that's an older one, or a child's one, a lady's one, or just some chap's small one. Oh, there's lines there going out, so it did have a bit of a design. Not healthy, don't you know? And look, it's black on the inside. I think this is a Queen Victoria halfpence. So I don't know if that's a bell or if it's like off, like you know, whether it'd have like a chair leg or something, or is that, I don't know. I don't know how old this is, but it's quite complete. That moves, and that moves a bit. So, yeah. Like I say, don't know how old. Can't imagine it's that ancient, but yeah. It's not all Roman or medieval vases, you know. A sharp 24 signal, and it's the ship halfpenny 1942. And a bit of old metal, got a notch in there. It looks quite old, but I don't think we'll find out any details on that. You know, you can hope there's a bit of a design there, but there's a line, but don't think so. My hands need a wash. So we could be finishing off with a button. Just heading up back now to get a frothy coffee. So hang on. So clearly the find of the day is that Roman or medieval vase for, I don't know, looks like you nail it to wood and put flowers behind it. Ooh! Right, so we're back home and clean them up a little bit. These are those pieces that I found, sort of 5 of them in the same area. Hard work finding them all out, and that's what I've had previously. Now it looks similar, but I'm just wondering, I think I found it on a slightly different part of the field, if I remember rightly, and it looks slightly different, although very similar. Whether it's just that this has reacted worse in the ground than that, who knows. Slightly different flower, maybe, or maybe these have just corroded a bit more. If you look, those 2 flowers. So yeah, interesting. And then that's the either medieval or whatever, Roman. So vase, perhaps nail it into wood. You might just be able to make a hole there. There'll be one on this side as well. I think you nail it in and perhaps pop flowers in. So if that was on your front door, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Right, so if you're a young millennial, this might blow your mind. You know when you kind of learn something and you kind of feel daft and then think, yeah, I might have already actually known that, but kind of forgot it. Let's have a look. So I had this out, and it's iron, And you know, when you kind of think, oh, should it just go into the hedge, or should it go to scrap, or what? But is it something? It's got some kind of shape. So I sent a picture of it to my knowledgeable detectorist friend and went, I know it's iron, but is it anything? Right, hang on. And he sent me a message back that said, iron, like with about 12 exclamation marks. Yes, it's iron. And I'm like, oh my god, it's an iron. That's why it's called ironing, you Burke. Because they were made out of iron. I don't know if it had some kind of... Did it have some kind of handle in it or something? But that's why it's called ironing. Because you did it with iron. Oh my god. You know, I'm pretty sure I must have known... I knew that and then forgot it, and oh my god. So, it's an iron. Like 1700s or something. Maybe, yeah, I'll check on the date, but I think, yeah, something like that. So a 300, 400 year old iron. I can't make my mind up whether my mind's blown or whether I'm kind of going to kid myself that I always knew it.